Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to another video. This one's going to be an unboxing and first impressions video on the new HEMA HX-2. So for those of you that don't know, most of South East Queensland is currently in a lockdown at the moment. So obviously it's pretty hard to get out and film any content, given you're only leaving for those essential reasons, and I don't really think this counts as one of them. So what I'm going to do instead is an unboxing video and a first impressions video. And I'm someone that's never actually used a HEMA product before, so I never used the HEMA HX-1. I've been using different mapping softwares, and really I've been waiting to get something. So when the HEMA HX-2 was coming out, I was kind of waiting and holding off getting the HX-1 despite it being on sale for the last 3 or 4 months. Just suggested to me that something was coming out. That's now out now, so I thought I'd put this review out. Hopefully you'll find it helpful if you're considering getting one, or maybe some of the other alternatives. I've also got the Garmin Overlander here, and third-party Android software that I'll also be comparing the HEMA software to. So let's get straight into the unboxing. In the box you're going to be getting the quick start guide, which basically just runs you through all of the information, warranty, all those kind of boring things. Next up you get the HX-2 tablet itself, of course. You get a USB-C to USB-A cable, a car charger, a soft carrying case, and a suction cup to mount it onto your windshield or dash. So for those of you that are new to the channel, I am not a tech reviewer, but I will do my best to run through some of the basic technical specifications of the HX-2, and what I'll do is I'll also compare it to the Garmin Overlander, which is a bit more expensive, but it's kind of the its competitor in the market at the moment, so it can give you a bit of an idea of what you can get from the Garmin Overlander compared to the new HX-2. To start with, the HEMA HX-2 is $749 and the Garmin Overlander is $999. So they both have a 7-inch screen, however the screen on the HEMA HX-2 is plastic compared to glass on the Overlander. Battery life is advertised as up to 8 hours on the HX-2 and up to 3 hours on the Overlander. Inbuilt RAM is 2 GB and it's not specified on the Overlander. There's no drop and dust rating that comes with the HX-2, whereas the Overlander comes with military standard 810 and IPX5 dust resistance. The HEMA HX-2 comes with an 8 megapixel rear camera, no camera on the Overlander, 16 gigabytes of inbuilt storage for the HX-2 and 64 gigabytes on the Overlander. You can of course put a SD card, a micro SD in both of them. That's up to 32 gigabytes on the HX-2 and it's not advertised for the Overlander. They both do use HEMA maps, so the HX-2 is using obviously the most recent premium HEMA maps, and then it's using HERE maps for the on-road navigation, and the Overlander is using the HEMA 150K maps off-road, and it's also using HERE maps for the on-road navigation. Alright, enough about the technical specifications. What did I really think about it the second that I took it out of the box? Well, to be completely honest, I wasn't really impressed with the build quality of it. Like I said, the screen is actually plastic, not glass, and the rest of it, it's quite light. Like I said, it's around 270 grams, which is, good. You don't want something too bulky, but the outside is a cheap kind of plastic feeling. The screen, when you press it, you can see it flexing, and being plastic, it's just not the nicest finish possible. When you're comparing it to something like the build quality of the Garmin product, you can't compare them. So for those of you that don't know, this is the Garmin Overlander. When you just look at it and you feel it, it's almost double the weight. It has the kind of feeling that, it's an off-road product, it's for adventuring, it's got that explorer kind of feel to it, whereas this feels like a cheap Android tablet. And to be completely honest, for $750 for an Android tablet, it shouldn't feel like that, given this here is a $100 Lenovo tablet from Big W, and it's got a glass screen, pretty similar specs. It's got a little bit more RAM, aluminium body for $100. The overall interface is easy to use, it's simple, off-road, you want to go on-road, There's 3 buttons. It's not complex. Pretty much anyone can pick it up, and understand completely how to use it. What I did find though is the software is quite laggy when you're moving between menus. If you switch between satellite mode, satellite layer, and then you switch back to the topographic map or anything like that, there's a couple of times where it just completely crashed and the unit just restarted itself. And this isn't while I'm navigating, I'm not inputting waypoints, I'm not doing anything complex, I'm literally just switching between map layers. So, albeit this is version 1.2 of the software, so, like I said, came out yesterday, fair enough, there's going to be, bugs and things like that the development team needs to work through. I think one of the big reasons people will be hesitant picking one of these up is because the HX1, towards the end of its life, didn't receive many updates, and it's the same as the HEMA Explorer app, the HEMA 4x4 app, $50 and $100 respectively on the App Store, and they didn't receive any updates for a very long time. And if you go on those apps on the App Store now, on Google Play or the Apple App Store, and you search for them and just look through any of the reviews, there's no updates that came for those products. The bugs were never fixed. I had the $100 HEMA app on this Android tablet, and I just had to stop using it because it was completely unusable because of the amount of bugs that were there. And despite emailing the developers, no updates were rolled out. Obviously because they were working towards the HX2, and I'm sure they were making it better, but that I think is going to hold a lot of people back from buying the HX2, and definitely should come in as a part of your consideration process if you're considering buying one of these. One of the places that I think that the Garmin Overlander absolutely outshines the HX2 is the way that it mounts to the dash. So the HEMA HX-2 has just got a USB-C port, like I was saying earlier. However, the Garmin Overlander, while it's micro USB, and that is pretty much obsolete now in terms of charging cables, pretty much everything Android is going USB-C. The Garmin Overlander is actually a magnetic mount with the charger built into it. So once you've mounted this on the dash and plugged it in, yeah, it's micro USB, but once it's on the dash, you don't have to worry about the cable anymore. It's just completely magnetic, connects, doesn't fall off, it's a very sturdy connection, and that's it. That I think HEMA definitely missed the mark with making a product like this, rather than they've just gone with a traditional cable-based solution. As far as the quality of the maps go, I'm really impressed with the HEMA HX-2, as far as I can zoom in as close as I want onto a campsite or onto a track or anything like that, and the detail is great. The POIs are excellent. The amount of detail that you can get simply from clicking on a campsite, you can see estimated prices, you can see reviews on the campsite, pictures from other people that have stayed there, so much information on that campsite, the facilities that it has, and that that kind of information when you don't have service or something like that is just incredible to be able to have at your fingertips like that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to go out there and bash the HX2 and say that it's a horrible product, and all that. But what I'm trying to say is, I think for $749, HEMA could have done better, and I think there is a lot of room for improvement in terms of software and the optimization, of this little tablet. I think in the coming months, hopefully HEMA will be rolling out some updates. The more people that are buying them, the more people that are reporting these bugs, the higher on the list it goes for the developers to be releasing updates, releasing patches. So I think that ties into what I would recommend to anyone that's watching this video, and that's if you're considering getting a HX2, why not wait? Wait for a few months, wait for more people to buy them and the software updates to roll out, like I was saying. Wait for some of these bugs to get fixed. So I will be doing an extended review of the HX2 after a few months, once I actually do get a chance to give it a fair testing, because I'll acknowledge 100% that one day with this product isn't enough time for me to be able to say, this is a horrible product or this is a fantastic product. But that's what I said at the start. This is just an initial review, my thoughts as a first time HEMA user, and as someone who paid full price for the unit. So definitely if you're going to wait, I would recommend that you consider something like using an Android tablet or an old iPhone that you've got laying around and finding some other software that you can experiment with, because you might save yourself $750 and you find out that you don't need the HX2 or you don't need to spend $1,000 on the Garmin Overlander. Another advantage of actually running an Android tablet as well is that you can use it for heaps of other apps. So you can use it for YouTube, Spotify, Netflix, download some movies before you go camping if you want to do that. You can use it for the Victron app to monitor your battery. You can use it for various Bluetooth apps and monitoring your fridge. There's a million different Android apps you can download, and that is something that using one of these Android tablets that is cheaper also gives you the advantage to do, because it's all just built into one unit. So thanks so much for watching this video. If you are interested in a part 2 where I will be diving a little bit deeper into its long-term performance, and hopefully after some of those patches are rolled out, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Also give me a follow on Instagram. It really does mean a lot, and I will definitely be doing a long-term review of this product. Hopefully none of you that are watching have already bought the product and are now feeling disappointed. It is still a fantastic product, but definitely has some room to improve given the price point that it comes in at.